Can't believe he's signing for Bradford next year.
Unbelievable.
Oh, sorry, we're rolling. Sorry. Bradford fans, there's an exciting Super League play coming. No, we're doing the Rugby League World Cup quarterfinals, and this is where the World Cup, in my opinion, touch wood, we're going to see those competitive games, the result in doubt. I think it's fair to say we've not really been blessed with too many competitive games in this World Cup. I think back to the Tonga PNG game and the Cook Island Wales game. The rest, sadly, I go back to yesterday and 74-12, 92-10, 62-4. I don't want to see those blowout games, even if the Rugby League is absolutely electrifying. Right. Rugby League quarterfinals time.
Now, are you? Those days are gone. It's getting to the business
we're now
end.
at the business end. This is where it gets really, really serious because 8 into 1 does not go and 8 into 4 doesn't go. So we will be eliminating 4 teams.
Twice.
What was that, Craig?
8 into 4.
It's all good. Well, maths was not my strong point. That's why they used to say at school, give us a quid, and I got 50p back, and I'm like, what? Anyway, look, it's Australia against Lebanon at the John Smith Stadium in Huddersfield on Friday. We've got Show Me the Money, Show Me the Money, and Jimmy the Mystic Mac. Joe, over to you. We'll start with you and then we'll work away. It's Australia-Lebanon. I'll be brutally honest. There's only one winner here, sadly. But we saw Lebanon compete with New Zealand. They've just pumped Jamaica by 74 points to 12. They had that great win over Ireland. They've not done much wrong, Lebanon. So let's hope Michael Checker and the Lebanese do themselves justice at the John Smiths in Huddersfield on Friday, but I've got Australia to win for me. Over to you, Joe.
We're debating. I don't think there's much of a debate, is there? I think it's...
In this game...
So let's make it quick then.
Yeah, make it... Oh, thanks, Dad. Australia to win, Mick, yeah.
Well, I'm going to agree.
It's the worst debate of all time, would you?
The only interesting thing is probably this is going to undoubtedly be the Aussies' toughest challenge so far. So it'll be, nice to see. Do the Aussies just go up a gear and make Lebanon,
that's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Feel the wrath, or do they find that, as we've seen in a lot of these games, even the ones that have ended up being blowouts, are Lebanon able to really compete for the first 20, first 15 of both halves and trying to keep that scoreline respectable?
Have you got Lebanon better than Fiji then?
I think honestly it's a cop out, but just too hard for me to tell. I just think the games so far have been so extreme. It's so hard to tell. And again, have we seen anything like the best of the Aussies yet? Probably not. It's all about, for me, when the Aussies really start to kick in, and I'd like to think Lebanon can keep it to around 30.
Interesting.
That's what I'm thinking.
How many tries does Josh Adokar get to try and match Dom Young?
Well, he's 2 behind, so can he? I mean, if they rested him last game, didn't they? I'm sure we'll be back in for this one.
Yeah.
Do I expect him to score 5 against Lebanon? No. Will he get a couple and probably catch Dom and put it back on Dom? Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if we go into that England game with them both neck and neck.
Dom Young 2 tries.
Am I saying it? Dom to score 2 on?
Do you think? I've said it wrong. Josh Adokar to score 2 tries.
He'll probably score more. Hat-trick.
More hat-trick. How many tries for Adokar?
Don't know.
Come on, give us a bit of space.
I don't know. I really don't. It depends how they play.
Well, when those passes are flinging from left to right.
Yeah. But I think the Aussies will do what we said before the show. The Aussies will show you the green machine will just go straight through middle.
Yes. I've got Josh Adokar hat-trick.
Let me finish. It'll be an A completion rate at the highest of the tournament. So far, you'll see. That's what. If just to give people a guide who are not Rugby League anoraks.
He's done that thing.
Historically,
we're talking about something. You've completely changed the.
Apologies. Australia will complete higher than they have done in the tournament. The reason we say that, it's an indicator of an old-fashioned coach's thing, which a few modern coaches say not true. The higher you complete, the better chance you've got of winning the game. This is what they said historically for loads of years. modern day coaches, some are saying not true. It can be winning by having a lower completion. Explain to the viewers what a completion is, because I get a lot of people saying, and a lot of my friends who are not rugby league anoraks say, what's a completion?
So a completion rate is when a side has a set of 6 and they get to the 5th and last tackle without making an error. That is what we mean by a completion. That's a set completion, yeah. Or if they were to kick on tackle 4 or tackle 3, if they were ever under a bit of pressure, as long as they don't make an error or concede a penalty whilst in possession, that is a complete set of 6.
What's the top NRL side complete at?
Well, if you look at Penrith Panthers in one game last year, they were at 96%. There was just 2 errors.
What, in 80 minutes?
In 80 minutes, yes. They were at 96%.
What does Super League complete at?
Well, there's been some high 90s, but nothing anywhere near 96. I think majority of Super League sides would strive for 85.
Yeah, over
85.
80.
Yeah.
So that's a barometer. And I've interviewed a lot of coaches, even the greats, Mal Meninga, Ellery Hanley. They've all said this: you will never ever get the perfect game. So
obviously, just to explain it, if you open the game up and you play a bit expansive, you're going to risk your completion.
Yes,
but I think the Aussies, if they've been at 75, 78, you'll see it whack up to 85, 90, because the intensity's coming. And you'll see in Australia, I think the 40 points, how do you say Lebanon? Lebanon. I think the 40 points better than Lebanon any day of the week, and twice on a Saturday and Sunday. I think it didn't matter what conditions or which country, they will put 40. The Green Machine will put the fear of God in everybody. This will be the one where I think they'll go the best team, the intensity level will crank up. Lebanon have done fantastic. I think Joe just said, Jimmy, one of the lads just said of one of their, when they beat, what is it, Ireland?
Yeah,
when they beat Ireland, I thought that was the performance of the 8th and 9th, the mid-table. They won it. Ireland are sick as parrots there on the way out. Lebanon have... Let's be honest, Mick. If Lebanon get beat 35 to 40 here, they've probably had a great World Cup during last 8.
Yeah.
100%.
I think their target is to keep it smaller than 40, and anything less than 30 is a marvellous achievement.
Basically, a performance like when they held they held New Zealand at Warrington.
Yeah.
Next game, Saturday, the big one for England supporters. Likely to be Papua New Guinea, but we are recording this on Monday afternoon ahead of Papua New Guinea Wales. Wales know if they beat Papua New Guinea by 38 points or more, they are going to the DW Stadium. We are going to assume, sorry John, that Papua New Guinea have beaten Wales or they've had a narrow defeat to Wales, and it is England against Papua New Guinea. It's at Wigan. We've focused a little bit on Sean Wayne and his selection issues because these are very good headaches to have, because who's he going in with the halves after Mark Snead's performance? And obviously we've already kind of answered that on the full 80 minutes. Dom Young has taken himself out of the equation. It's Ryan Hall or Makinson. I think we all universally agreed it's going to be Makinson. But yeah, it's going to be England against Papua New Guinea. This isn't a given, this one, Craig, the way Papua New Guinea can play. This one is not. This is not the gimme. I go back to historic games against Papua New Guinea. There was a game in the last World Cup in 2017 down under. I think it was PNG 22, England 32. Listen, I'm just saying, based on your comment earlier about England on this skateboard, England will win on Saturday, but I'm not sure it's going to be the margin of victory that people expect. I'll put my neck on the line and I'll say it'll be less than 20. Here, feel free to shoot me next Monday. I think it'll be really competitive.
Yeah, I'm with you, mate.
And it'll be less than 20. And this will be, I think this will be far tougher than what England expect. And I just hope to God Sean Wynne will use all his experience with Andy Last and everybody. You cannot allow that C word, complacency. You summed it up, Craig. They're on the skateboard, we've put 90 on. That result against Greece could be the worst thing that's happened, because if they're comfortable in themselves, and there's nothing wrong with being confident in your ability, but don't go into that game thinking this is going to be 40 or 50.
No.
And I'm sure they're not, Jimmy. No. I'm sure they're not. And they'll be very grounded and aware, but I think England will win, but it'll be less than 20.
Well, I think that what Craig's just described about the Aussies, I think we're going to see England do that as well.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be really focused. I think Sean Wayne has probably allowed him to play with a little bit more freedom, and we've been trying different combinations. I think this is going to be a really business-like performance. I think he's going to be trying extremely high completion, relentless defence like we did against the Samoans early on. And I think that's why I agree with you, Mick. I do think England will come out on top, because I think they'll just be so disciplined and stick to his plan. And everyone, they use the words of knowing their roles within the team and sticking to it. I'm confident in England that they will do that. PNG, we know they've got some serious threats. We've talked about with Pape an awful lot this year. Nene McDonald and others. But so are they dangerous? Are they physical? Are they big? Is there going to be periods of a game where it's really tough? Undoubtedly. I'm expecting England to probably win by 2 or 3 tries. I'd be surprised if it ends up anything like a blowout as well. But I do think it's going to be a real tough challenge. But hopefully, I feel that this is almost a great warm-up for whoever we play next.
Correct.
They're almost a very similar style of play in some respects to the Samoans and the Tongans. The physicality is very similar. Get a grip of a Pape, and England will prevail. But a tight one.
And just a quick one, final one from me for Bradford fans. The new signing will be playing Touchwood if they beat Wales tonight, so you'll get a look at the new player who'll be at Odsal in 2023.
We're on a quarter-final preview. We've got Bradford.
Still got Bradford in.
Should be Sam, red card. Go on, Joe.
Sorry.
Oh, you go.
Well, I'm going to throw a couple of curveballs in.
Ooh.
And I'm going to say, I don't like the Greece thing. I think I've got a bit of that. I think England will win more than the 20. It's a curveball. I'm thinking they will put 40. Right. It'll be 40 again. The reason I'm saying it is you mentioned 17, but that is in the 100 degrees in Australia. The temperatures are all...
No, I agree, Craig.
This is... The preview this week's going to be gloomy. And gloomy, a nice wet ball, which brings me back to the comment we've made before. Do you play Sneed in the conditions of needing a kicker in wet conditions? I think yes, it has to happen. I'm going to stick my neck out. I'm sorry for all the other people who get slaughtered for it, but I play Sneedy in wet conditions. You've just said the game's at Wigan.
You've done a preview talking about halves, and Sneedy is a kicker, probably the best kicker in Super League, but it goes against everything you believe in as a player.
I'm picking my team based on what I think they'll do in the conditions. If it was June, Sneedy's not making they won't get me 22, whatever it is, but in these conditions, in Papua New Guinea, one of the only 3 or 4 teams will match us in first. It'll be ferocious. You are going to see headshots. You're going to see penalties. These won't back off. If Morgan Knowles and Matty Lee's go headhunting, get ready. Because they will meet more headhunting you've ever seen. These will go toe-to-toe. Where they don't go toe-to-toe is controlling the ball, field position, coming out. And England will be far superior in their coaching levels and far superior in technical players. They'll just come out all explosion. The referee, I don't know the referee's going to be of the match. You're going to need a good one. Because I've wrote something down here. They keep using it in the World Cup. You can do... Your best form of attack is your defence, and I'm trying to get my head around when they're saying it. I know with football, Man City, they're saying if you know. At the moment, they're not bothered if you have the ball, which is a good thing for people watching. If you watch what Samoa did, he kept mentioning it, what Rick Vossi kept saying, watch how they go for him here. And it's literally neutralising you, because they're coming at you with line speed and smashing you every set. You've got no, your body after 25 minutes has got no right. Papua New Guinea will match England for 25 minutes, but then England will put a big score on Papua New Guinea in this country. And I do believe, tactically, he'll go for Sneedy. You'll see more eye bombs go up for Don and Ryan Hall, Tommy Mack, whoever it is, the centres. I think you'll see it. And I think he has to play Sneedy in them conditions.
So who do you think he's leaving out?
I don't know how fit Sam is.
Right, so
I'm probably thinking Wells be full back and he might even rest Sam. He thinks he gets through it. I think he'd have that much faith, and that's a respect for Sam. I think he's probably still wanting Sam in.
Yeah.
But I don't. Papua New Guinea will be brutal. You're going to need your body. Everybody who's playing against Papua New Guinea rings you and they go, it is horrendous. It's absolutely, if you want to, we earlier on never picked Papua New Guinea and England to watch, which is scandalous for English sports. Joe copped out 5 minutes to go and salvaged his reputation. We're going to get slaughtered, us 3. But I've got to say, honestly, Mick, for half an hour, 25 minutes, this will be electric.
Oh,
but then,
no doubt about it.
And then, honestly, it'll be knock on. Do you know what I'm going to say here? Let's see if the old mystic, Meg. I think could be a couple of sim binnings. They might even see bordering on tasty. Because let's say Papua New Guinea, is it a one-off shot for Papua New Guinea as it is England, right? Yeah. England are favourites, yeah? So England might think, yeah, we'll get through this. Are England looking at the semis, guys?
Well, that's down to Sean Wayne, innit?
But are they, as a player, Jimmy?
They've got to be. They've got to have one eye on the semis, to use the phrase.
No, Mick?
Yes, 100%.
So Papua New Guinea going, we've got one game at this. Let us smash these.
I'll be shocked if England win by more than.
But you're kind of contradicting yourself, because me and Mick have said everything you're saying, but we think they'll manage to keep it tight. But you're thinking the last 10 minutes of both halves. England will score
30 minutes. England will score 30 points.
You think they'll win by more than 40?
30 to 40, maybe even more. Yeah.
Wow.
But it'll be exciting to watch for half an hour.
Big call.
Joe.
I think the thing England have in their favour is that Papua New Guinea's best qualities is our best qualities, and I think we've just got more quality in them positions, as in big, athletic, fast pack. They've got that. Yeah. But I think we've got better of that. It depend. And then their second best one is Ipape around the ruck. But we've got very good defence around in the middle. Yeah. Our defence is fantastic around the middle. So we might. I'm going with Dad, but for a different reason. I think we end up throughout the game neutralising their best. I think we neutralise their best strengths, and eventually are just too much for them in the areas that they're weaker at. Xavier Coates, one of their best players, hasn't played any of the World Cup. I think he's been ruled out, if I'm not wrong. He was their 6'5" winger who was meant to be our Dom Youngs in terms of high balls. Yeah. They've not got him, sadly, and I think that's where I think Dom's going to get another couple of tries. I think Tommy Mack. I think our strike edge will end up getting their edge, and that's where we're going to get our tries, and we'll win comfortably in a tough battle.
Are we doing score predictions while it's the England game? Are we having a go?
That's the boss.
Nick?
30 points to 6 to England.
I thought you said really close. Dad convinced you?
You said
no.
I
think
that's 24.
That's to say.
Well,
just change it to 30 points to 12 when you're 18.
I'm just going down list here, guys. Papua New Guinea, Alex Johnson, South Rabbitohs, Dan Russell, Brisbane Broncos, and then McDonald. We've mentioned, but actually he's probably has been played at the lowest standard. Lee,
it's crazy about to change his now.
Justin Olam, Melbourne Storm, Roderick PNG.
Listen.
Lachlan Lamb. Let me just tell you, the PNG. Then you've got Reece Martin, which we need to give a mention to.
Oh, he's been
fantastic. Yeah, Jacob Alec, which is Gold Coast Titans, and then you've got that. So they've actually, they've got 7 or 8 NRL players who we haven't mentioned.
That's edge as well. That kind of just defeats mine.
It doesn't change my mind, Michael. I'm sorry to say, but I just think that for half an hour, 25, you can have a right game. And they will put the scare in, they always do. They do it against everybody. I can remember Menzies' year. Here's for your historians. Menzies' year, when he scored that try against England, I don't know if you remember it, and I think he was playing for Sheffield. And you're thinking that step up against the Callum Watkins, against the thingy, he was best player on pitch for half an hour. He played at Sheffield Championship. He hit a crash ball, they were smashing everybody.
Watson Bowes has been doing it, hasn't he? To be fair, he's playing it, hasn't he?
30 points to 10, Jimmy. There 30 we go. Because I said 20.
I'm going a bit lower. I'm going 20. I'll go 26-10 to England. 26-10.
So make sure you record all these scores. Reputations are on the line.
Hands up, I forgot about that. Justin Olam, he's one of my players of the tournament, so I think he's unbelievable.
What he's done for Melbourne this year in the NRL.
He's been unbelievable. Wow. So I think I'll have to change it and make it tighter. Yeah, I'm going to make it much tighter than I said. And I'm going to go 18-12 to England.
You've just done a 30-point change on one player.
I didn't give a score. I just said a comfortable win. I said a comfortable win for England. I've definitely gone down a lot. I've gone down a lot.
Oh, real?
I'll name the team sheets on each one, and then you can all change your mind after I read them.
Hey, I've stuck with mine, son.
I've stuck with mine.
I'm waiting for your bold 40 points.
20 less.
I forgot about that. My argument was with Strong
we've got England through and Australia.
You need to give your score for England.
Don't even actually, I think it's 35-40 England.
Their weakest position is the wingers. I think the winger, he dropped a couple, he scored a nice try, redeemed himself in the last. I think we get him in the wing position, I'm not saying edge, because that's Justin Olam's probably the best player, maybe the best player on the pitch, so I'm not going to say that again, but I think their wing, I think we can get him on the high bombs. We might need Mark Sneed. I'm doing total 180, 360, sorry, I've spun around.
For saying Sneed's kicking. Are you thinking
Joe's just got gold medal at Olympics for gymnastics. He's done that many front rolls, hasn't he?
Well, no, the trampolining when they do the spins, because I've just completely, I've changed. I think we get him in the winger position, high bomb.
Do you think P&G are going to score a few tries and England score 60?
No, it'll be low scoring, then they'll just kick on. I don't think there'll be many tries.
So you're thinking, what, 44?
And then they'll kick on last. Yeah, it'll be a low scoring.
Right, game number 3.
I've got me shot, lads, and it's coming.
When I deliver this,
when I deliver
by 40.
No, low scoring. As in Papua New Guinea won't score a lot. Right. I think England last half.
Could give you score prediction then.
46 or 8. I don't think Papua New Guinea will get more than that.
What?
There you go.
40 points to 6.
Right, third quarter-final on Saturday night at Hull. New Zealand against Fiji. This one for mine. Again, it's very similar to Australia versus Lebanon. No disrespect to the Fijians, but I've got a very comfortable New Zealand win. Again, we saw a little bit on Friday. Michael Maguire not happy. They've not really hit the stride yet, but again, it's quarter-final time. It's not group stage rugby league. This is knockout rugby league. It's sudden death. New Zealand will have the best 17 out, and I will be bold, and I think that this will be a blowout. New Zealand 52, Fiji 12. I think this will be a 40-point win for New Zealand.
Can you read out some of the team? That's what I'm forgetting.
Right, guys, just a quick one. I'm not going to do the Kiwis because, respectfully, so I think we all know where we are. But this is. I went to watch Fiji, and they went to Newcastle when they beat
Scotland.
No, it wasn't Scotland.
I saw them against Scotland at the weekend, and
so
they didn't convince me, sadly.
Right,
Fiji.
Well, I'm going to convince you.
Well, I'm saying by 40.
I'm going to convince you. So, and I thought they were brilliant, and I thought at times they just were still well within themselves. So I'll just give you a little win. I'm not going to try and pronounce the names, Michael. You might be better at doing this than me.
I'm terrible.
I'll just give you the clubs. And we've got the fullback Penrith Panthers, Sydney Roosters, Kemna Garba, Sydney Roosters, Semi Valamar, Canberra Raiders, Saivo, Parramatta Eels. We've got Penrith Panthers. We've got Brandon Wake and Country Bulldogs. Tui Kamisia, Melbourne Storm. We've got Salford, another Penrith. We've got Sydney Roosters, Queensland. This is absolutely laid. And I did this the other day, and Matt Shaw, I'm going to give him a rap. I rang up, I said, Matt, there's 2 players I've wrote down, number 16, and there's another one, and I said, I really like him. And Matt Shaw sarcastically said, well done, Wayne Bennett. The winger plays for Melbourne or Camp. He's the top winger in NRL. And I went, you kidding? He goes, no. So I will laugh my head off saying, wow, this is the shock wave. And I'll sit here next week and take anything you say. This is going to be... These are going to go all out of a rate going. This is going to be the kitchen sink. And I'll tell you what, there were 2 players who I thought stood out. There's the back rower for Penrith. Kikau.
Valamay Kikau.
Oh, he's sensational. You've got the hooker for Penrith who plays
Coruscant.
7. Correct. Mixed in, Mick. This is the sight I saw. This back 3, 6'4" or so ever. Calf are bigger than my thigh. I'm not kidding you. Every one of them were absolute monsters of people. I always worry about Fiji. They don't get a control of ball. So they don't put you in field position, if you know what that means, where you're wanting them to get the sets off. But the Penrith hooker actually were very good at half. He were all right. I think they'll keep it simple. It'll be size v size, and these will give Kiwis the game of the round, and it'll be down to 12 points. I think Kiwis will get there, but these will give them absolute hell. And I think they're waiting for it, and I think they'll explode against the Kiwis. The Fijian pride and that song, what they sing, they're like choir singers. This is their game, and I think they could put Fiji on the map. It's either going to be a shock like you've never seen it, it'll be tight.
I'm
full of that.
So I've gone for New Zealand by 40, and Craig's gone, no, it's not, it's going to be 12 or 10.
Well, I'm nicely in the middle. I'm going New Zealand 42, Fiji 10. You know, about a 30-point game, I'm thinking.
That's only 10 less
than
mine.
Yeah,
so
I'm certainly more your way. And I love what Craig said about Fiji, but everything I've seen of the Kiwis is, I still don't think we've seen them at the best. I think the defence, when they turn it on, if they've got the team pinned up the other end, I think it's going to be so hard for Fiji to score many points. I think New Zealand will step it up another level, like the Aussies will. So yeah, I hope it is as close as Craig.
Well, the Kiwis haven't got a player who isn't in the NRL.
I think it'll be comfortable. I do think it'll be comfortable. So yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go New Zealand by roughly 30, and I think Fiji will struggle to score more than 2.
Yeah,
I'm going with Craig Harrison. I'm going with my father. We've disagreed a lot over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Over the last 20 years.
I hope you are right.
Today, I'm going with him. I've watched the Fiji squad against Australia. They got the field position. I think they did very well in field position. They showed attack. Aussies, phenomenal. I don't think Fiji's were similar to the Samoans where they kick out played. I think they played some of the more tired players. It's not an excuse because the Aussies obviously had tired players, but they could mix it up and they've got that much depth. I think New Zealand have looked phenomenal in field position. They've dominated in Ireland. I don't think Ireland come out of their own 20 maybe 5 times, and 2 of them were interceptions to score a try in field position. I think Ireland, that was their big struggle, and I think they're going to go toe for toe field position. And I'm going to go New Zealand score a game-winning try with 5 minutes to go. I'm going to go 12-6.
Wow.
No, 10-6 because they can't kick. 10-6 to New Zealand.
That is true.
Good comments here. Listen, Mick, we've got New Zealand beat Lebanon, and I watched the game. It were very, very. I thought at times Lebanon were in the game.
Yeah, they were.
And the score was 34-12.
Correct.
I've got Fiji to beat Lebanon.
Right.
I think that New Zealand...
Still on there, I've got Fiji to beat Lebanon.
I think New Zealand have kicked on since then and will kick on again. I think New Zealand are going up a gear. Yeah. That's why I'm saying it's
that's what I was saying.
Me and Mick are expecting more to come from New Zealand. With a more set team, they've been mixing it up a bit. I think we'll see their strongest team out, and I think we'll see why it's going to be,
And the final quarterfinal is perhaps the most toughest one to call, because this one is going to be a real volcano, a real crash bash wallop. Tonga against Samoa, Christian Wolfe against Matt Parrish. It's at Warrington, Sunday afternoon. Wow.
It's only 6 points on the handicap.
Wow.
Tonga's slight favourites.
Wow.
Which is the closest game since England-Samoa in terms of...
I've got to be honest, Jimmy, and I've watched the Tonga Cook Island game and I've watched the Samoa-France game. How good is this game going to be? Because you've got both teams. They've dealt with a bit of adversity. Tonga weren't at the races against Papua New Guinea. Christian Wolfe was not happy with that performance. They weren't really at the races against Wales, if you think about it. With credit to Wales and John Keir. But then yesterday, you saw what they are all about. Yeah. And seeing both sides yesterday, record World Cup scores, unbelievable, phenomenal. You know what? Everybody has said Tonga. They are behind Australia, New Zealand. They're ever so slightly ahead of England in terms of where the pre-sort of tournament odds were. Listen, I can't call this one, but I don't want to sit on the fence. I think there'll be 2 points in it either way. I'm going to go for a shock Samoan win. I think Samoa will shock them. But if Jimmy's right and the bookmakers are saying there's just 6 points either way, and the bookies 9 times out of 10 are normally on the money. We know they were way off the money yesterday with those record scores.
I don't think they are that good at the old
They are.
They are. Historically,
I don't get involved in that.
Shockingly bad.
I don't get involved in that.
But look, this game potentially has. I mean, look, if everything goes to form, I've got Australia, New Zealand at Ellen Road next Friday. But this is going to be up there, and this is an occasion to savour. If this does not sell out at Halliwell Jones on Sunday, then I don't know what's the point in having a World Cup. What's the point in having an International Rugby League? Get to Warrington. I'm going to tip a Matt Parrish, because he does look like the Joker. He does look like the Joker. When he come out at Manchester and we didn't think media call, got that sort of uncanny smile. But yeah, I'm gonna I don't know. Would you class it as a shock? Anyway,
no, it's only
Samoa by 2. Samoa by 2. But this is gonna be, this is gonna be like Origin coming to the UK. This is what this game is gonna be like. It is going to be electric.
Mick, I don't think it's a shock. And let me tell you why. I think Tonga have been great. I think Daniel Tupou, who I think is potentially, in my opinion, has been one of the best wingers in the world for 10 years and still got it in. I don't like the combinations at Tonga. I don't think they're clicking. But I think the Kafusi, the Melbourne, I think they've got it. Samoa have timed it perfect for me. 100%. They've got the best halfback for me. I like him. Everyone says they like the other one. This halfback.
That's over Cleary. It's the most ridiculous.
Yeah, no. It's ridiculous to you, but I'm saying I've got him right up there. It's not a shock to me at all. Samoa beat Tonga. Quote me on it. They will beat them without a doubt next week. I'm absolutely adamant they will beat them.
Craig's finally
I think the timing perfect, and at times yesterday, I've not got that off Tonga yet. I've not got it where I've gone, wow. I'm looking here at the Tonga 24-18, the Papua New Guinea. It was again nip and tuck. I don't like I think they play lower here at 6. I don't know whether that works. I think in our comp, the way he gets a freedom about him, and I think he can make them breaks, and he's lovely. But this is going to be, when the Pacific Islands play, you know this, the lads know this, it's usually ferocious and absolutely, a lot of ego. I didn't realise how much Carl said. When they have it's like an ego thing of who is the toughest as well. They're not going to say we're going to outskill each other. It'll be a ferocious battle. And I just think the halfback will be the difference. I think Samoa have got the lad. I think he's the best player on the pitch. I think he's that competitive.
Right.
He just lifts me. He lifts me when I watch him play. I watch him play and I think, what has he got? He's got like this new school of thing. He's saying he's not going to give in at any play. And against England, it's the first time I've ever seen him with his head down. I just looked and I thought, because he's grubby. You can't deny it. He does the old Bentley, where you make a tackle and you stand over the marker, and he's literally got he's literally intimidating him all the time. And he stands up, when they stand up, he's fronting you up. I don't know if you've seen after the game. After the game, him and the French halfback had a sector, the Catalans at Toulouse. It's been played in London, and they were still giving him it after the game. He were giving he were giving him it after the game, and he were going to him like that, and he was still at it. And I thought, God, they've just won by 40 or whatever, and he's still wanting to carry it on after the game. That difference in where he's at in his career will lift these to beat Tonga. So I'm absolutely adamant.
What's the score?
God, 24, 16. I'm with Mr. Gledel, by the way. If you want to go to a match this weekend, we shouldn't say how terrible England. I keep thinking how bad it is what we're saying. Mick, Simon Moran.
You can go to both. They're both on different days, so don't need to.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Mr. Moran.
It's a game of a draw.
Is it Warrington, Mick? Is it Warrington?
Warrington,
Mr. Moran, we've been friends for a long time. We've always done, we've always been right up there with each other with respect. We'd like the box. If not a table.
I'll take a cheap seat, Simon.
The full 80, Jimmy will take the cheats. Joe's got one foot in each camp. He'll say wants to come with his dad, but he'll drop in with Jimmy if he has to. And Gledel has never failed to make the chicken leg brigade ever because of his friendship with Fitzy, which, by the way, I introduced him. I want to give Mick a second
Jim,
look.
what's your prediction?
You've took my words out of my mouth, but all I was going to say was that I can't call it, and I'm guessing it's going to be amazing. This could very easily, and I know I like to say this a lot, but this could come down to that wants him in, who loses player, because I can't split him because we're going off so little. They've both kind of done the same things, but I'm just thinking Samoa really, really, really want another go at England, you know, and it's not to say that Tonga aren't desperate to get through as well. So I'm going to put my faith, like you've said, in Luai. If it's up to him. If he wants to stand up now in a game that really counts, like he has done for Penrith and Biverman. But, yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that hit on that Junior Paulo? Did you see?
Yeah, Junior Paulo. Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go score-wise. I'm gonna go 20 points to 16. Samoa sneak it.
Wow, free for Samoa.
It's on Big Joe here. The pressure.
At this very moment, I'm gonna go on a thing here. At this very moment, with the way they're playing and how it's been, I've got Samoa winning. But I'm going to do a call to arms to one man, and I called him as one of my players of the tournament. And I'm looking at you down the camera, believing you. I love you as a player, but you've not shown up yet, pal. David Fafita. We need you. Tonga. David, they need you, pal. They need you. And if you show up in this game and go and kill it, you will win. David Fafita, it's on you, pal. You've not shown up yet. Let's see you destroy this World Cup.
Joe's had an hard year with Wakey.
Brilliant. But, yeah, thanks for stealing my thunder there, actually. King of that, aren't you? I can't believe how mid-flow feeling it is.
I'm thinking of all fans who don't watch an RL quiz.
David Fafita, Gold Coast Titans. Second rower, if you watch my little shorts, he was my man. I was excited to watch him. He's not shown up.
Turn up.
Just glimpses.
If he shows up, Tonga will win. If not, Samoa, welcome to semi-finals against England.
Wow.
Do you know what? That's a great comment, some of them, John, by the way. I thought that was a comment for Fafita. I didn't think, but I'm actually going to write down where is David Fafita, where is the one that's saying the best back rower in the world. Has not been the best back rower in the world. So it's a fantastic. By the way, I thought that them last comment for our best, I think we're all excited, aren't we? You can hear it in our voice for that game.
This is the game.
And probably what Joe's just finished it off with, that they want England. I'm telling you that if they get through this, and by the way, England could do with this big worst game ever, like smashing each other
We need four sin bins we could do with 9 tackles everywhere.
Injuries everywhere.
Band,
and Samoa coming with about 8 players off, and we're in the final because that's what we're here for us. Yeah. But I tell you what, if they get through this with that type of determination, God, that semi-final's going to be... Where's the semi-final going to be at if we
Emirates.
England is an Emirates.
They've sold 40,000 tickets already.
Ellen Road.
Can't get there, can we?
Ellen Road for the Aussies.
Well, I'm
New
going.
Zealand in Ellen Road.
We're going to that one.
No, we're on the back. I'm more. If I missed England Samoa at Emirates, I'd be devastated.
We've got to go.
If that were that game, knowing what's going to be at stake after what happened in that first game.
Who's taking the car?
Yeah, we need to do it.
I'm down there. I'm in London.
Is it true? Because you told me before. Can we get the train to Emirates and it's just there?
Oh yeah, it's right near the train line.
Yeah.
So all you do is get the train, get off, and you're
walking distance.
Yeah.
What, Emirates London? I'm being fit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you pass it to be fair. So it's actually probably easier.
Why is it there?
Well, no, let me tell you. He's right, Jimmy.
You just get the train at King's Cross and the tube there, and you're outside the ground.
2 hours. It took me 2 hours to get to Sheffield.
It's true, it's right. That could be the one where you go, no, get on train.
Get your tickets in advance, get yourself a cheap ticket.
Mick, if we won the train as well,
it'll get cancelled.
Can we get... Obviously, you're a legend of the train in this industry. You're known as the train geek. We go to King's Cross, and then we get a tube to...
Finsbury Park.
I've done that before. That's where Oasis, Gallagher did his last sketch. So, and then we go back to King's Cross. You can get back to Leeds or Harrogate, whatever.
Yes.
And the difference between in the train is, can we get 10 pints deep on the way down because there's no drink driving?
Take your own cans, son. Get a table.
Craig,
well, then if Samoa get through, are you ready? If Samoa get through, promise you, Sam's invite all of us. Show me will pay for us to go to the semi-final.
First class.
I'm saying it, I'll back it up. First class. and we will have the best day ever, and we'll go there and we'll come back on the train and we'll go and we'll do a bit of a video thing, and the fans can share the atmosphere.
There you go, deal. I'm holding Craig to that, so
come on, Tonga.
Craig. But yeah, look, that's our Rugby League World Cup quarter-final preview. We've all gone for Australia, we've all gone for England, we've all gone for New Zealand, and we've all gone for Samoa. So, based on what we've said, these are the semi-finals. Australia against New Zealand at Ellen Road, England against Samoa at London.
What a semi-final treat for you if you can make it right, innit?
Well, we're going first class. I'm looking forward to it.
We can't write off for Tongans, well. This is going to be so good.
About to say the Tongans are favourites.
I'm excited. I know we're going on here, but that, Mick, if we get to them semis as well as the quarters, you're in Rugby League heaven, aren't you?
Do you know what? Just linking into what you say there, the beauty of it for me, and this is me doing a U-turn as well, because I've been saying England are going to get beat by whoever they have to play out of those two.
They'll be that knackered.
I'm really now thinking. I think if England can do what I hope they do against PNG and be dead disciplined, complete, rock solid defence, they can beat one of these two now. I really think. I still think that the Aussies kill us, but I do think
just put a nice boot with the positive.
Yeah. But I do think that could be the best draw ever for England, because it could be a bloody red card if I'm that.
Hey, I've just seen the final.
Full
80 final live with Michael Gledel, the game caller, and the boys. We could be 10 pints in, the wine could be on England shirts. We could get more drunk. It could be the most exciting. I love Old Trafford Grand Final. It's always quite easy. It's not great to get out of there, is it? We'll be on my mind.
Just go back 6 weeks here in morning. He said, I forgot people pissed up at Grand Final. Now you're saying you're going to be
No, he meant watch it here.
Yeah, I meant here.
Oh, no, I'm going to the final.
Oh, God. I don't know, Old Trafford just...
I love it. I think it's a perfect venue.
I love the Grand Final. I just don't like, you said I don't like. Anyway.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week with more Rugby League content. Follow, subscribe. It's Show Me the Money Rugby League TV. Over and out.